The Parkeology Challenge is a crazy challenge that was invented in 2013 by two guys, Shane and Ted, who as a team go by the name Parkeology. The goal is to ride every single operating ride in all 4 Walt Disney World theme parks in one day. In order to prove that you have accomplished this fairly, you must tweet a photo of your entire team riding each ride using the following tags. Check the links in the description below to read their official rules and sign up for your own attempt. The information icon in the top right corner has the link to a playlist of all of my previous Parkeology Challenge videos in case you've missed the crazy things I've done in the past. Today, however, Aaron and I strive to adapt these rules in order to bring the Parkeology Challenge somewhere it's never officially been before, the Universal Orlando Resort.
Hello everybody, my name is Ryan, I'm here with my buddy Aaron. As always. Welcome to the Universal Orlando Resort. Today we are doing our practice run for our adaptation of the Parkeology Challenge here at this resort. There are 31 attractions here that we need to do, and we are trying to get a feel for what it would look like to attempt this challenge at this park instead of doing it at Walt Disney World. There were a lot of unknown factors that we had going into this, which is why we're doing a practice run. It is 6:50 in the morning. Park opens for early preview. Early park admission, thank you. Early park admission at 7 a.m. opens to regular day guests at 8 a.m. And as preferred pass holders, we get early park admission. So that's why we're here so early. We're going to do as many rides today as we can between basically 7 a.m. when we're able to get in and about noon, just to get a good feel for it. I have never done a rope drop at Universal aside from when we came for the opening day of Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure.
The rope was already dropped.
Sure was. As you can see, we've got all this line here. It actually weaves through the Poseidon's Fury queue. When we got into the park, we got here actually about 7 a.m. this morning, but people had been lining up according to the internet at like 1 a.m., which is insane.
Came from work, too.
And when we got into the park, they were telling people that the line was 4 hours long. So that's when we got in. We just overheard a cast member talking that now from the back of the line, it is an 8-hour wait, and it loops all over the park. That was the only time I was here this early, so I don't really know how rope drops work. I don't really know how park hops early in the morning work.
This park opens for us at 7, opens for everybody else at 8, Islands of Adventure opens at 9. It's going to be a busy morning.
Sure is. Hope they're letting us in early.
All right.
Let's learn some stuff.
Right here next to the Universal. Gripping on neck, please. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. Let's go! So the Universal website said that the only 2 attractions here at Universal Studios that were going to be open for early park admission were going to be Despicable Me and Gringotts. And it looks like Despicable Me is not quite open yet, so it looks like our only option is going to be to go to Gringotts. The waiting time board, as we were walking by, said it had a 15-minute wait. There were several people that were able to get in ahead of us, which is fine, but it's going to make this this challenge a little bit of a kind of learning literally on the fly, because when stuff like this happens, you know, we can't control it. There are some uncontrollable factors that we cannot plan for like this. So let's hope that Gringotts has some luck for us. Something important to note right off the bat here is that, as you are aware, from some of my other vlogs here at Universal, is that Universal's filming policies are significantly different from Disney's.
Please put all cameras and go for
I feel bad, like, I mean, have the whole run stopped. Yeah. Oh my god, it stopped it pretty quick. As soon as I said it, I started putting it away. So I am not going to be able to film on some of these rides, or most of these rides rather, but I'm going to do my best to film in as many of the queues as I can, and maybe even leading up to the ride, just to prove we got on the ride, because I won't be able to get much content on the actual ride itself, which is unfortunate, but that's the way this challenge is going to have to work. We are also going to have to figure out how to take photo on some of these attractions that require us to go through metal detection, such as Velocicoaster, Red Ride Rocket, the Hulk, stuff like that, so that we can get proof that we rode the ride, just like Parkeology requires. It's another reason why this practice is going to be valuable for us today. Gotta include as much fun content as I can because you guys aren't gonna see the ride. I totally forgot that pre-shows came
The
out.
Weasley's Wildfire Whiz-Bangs. Fireworks from my brother's friend George. George, what are you doing here? This is my office, Warlock. The question is, what are you doing here?
You are now approaching the cart station. When you exit the lift, be sure to pick up a pair of safety goggles.
You know what's weird? Did the elevator take us to the wrong floor? We go down an elevator and then have to immediately go up some stairs. 7:18 a.m. We are off of our first ride, Gringotts. Remember how earlier I was saying this is going to be a bit challenging because of Universal's filming policies and loose article policies? Well, they saw that I was filming to get on the ride, and they decided that, you know, I wouldn't be able to have my GoPro on the ride at all, so they had to pull us off the ride. I had to put my GoPro in a locker, which thankfully they had right there at the exit, but we did have to get pulled off the ride to put my GoPro in a locker, which kind of cost us a little bit of time. I'm not, like, upset about it because I know that they're focused on safety, and of course I want to maintain safety of myself and Aaron as well as every other guest that's on the ride. It's just going to be very tricky. That's why we're doing these practices, or at least this one practice, to figure out how are we going to physically do this because it's significantly different from Disney's rules and regulations and policies. I'm sure you guys also noticed we have a bag with us.
Oh, we can go this way.
Ugh. The reason we have the bag with us is because, unlike our runs at Disney, we are not going to be going back to the car at all today. We don't have to do that to park hop. We can just walk between parks or ride the Hogwarts Express, which is going to be required for this because it's considered an attraction. And because the experiences are different going each way, we're going to have to ride it both times, once to go to Islands of Adventure and once to come back here to Universal. So, for these reasons, we are not going back to the car, so we won't have any time to sit and refuel like we do when we do these runs at Disney. So we have all kinds of waters and snacks inside the bag. I'm sure you guys remember how tough it was running with the bag at Disney during our 4th attempt. This is the first time we're doing a Parkeology challenge with a bag. Also, Aaron was also saying that the bag was a terrible idea. I mean, it was an experiment, you know? It's just very heavy and it's weighing him down a little bit. Whatever, we'll know to leave it in the car for the rest of the day today and in future attempts coming up. And we were like, this is terrible, we're never doing this again. But unfortunately, this time around, we don't even have a choice. So we have a very heavy bag with us. Thankfully, the load will lighten as we eat the snacks and drink the water and stuff. But for now, it's gonna be a bit of a burden. At the moment, where are we going?
Despicable Me.
Okay, is it open?
It says right now.
Okay, so it sounds like Despicable Me is open again. That's where we are gonna head over. Looks like a lot of people are heading now to Gringotts, so it's good that we got that over with. Plus those pre-shows take a really long time to get through. I forgot the pre-shows came back recently, so I'm glad we made it through that and didn't have to wait a long time in line in addition to all those pre-shows. Anyway, enough rambling, let's do this. It's got a wait time of ride now, so we will ride now.
If that sounds like you, this is your chance.
What's really good about this ride is there are no lockers. Glad we don't have to deal with that here at this one.
These are my daughters. Say hello bravely.
Hello, out
Thank you.
there. Some greetings from the television.
Anyway, let's begin. We're going to start with a written exam.
Okay.
The test should take no longer than 3 hours. You will see none of the park.
That's not good, we have to see all the park, Aaron.
Before we begin your training, we need to do a routine body scan. Can't have you bring in any human germs into the lab. It's nothing serious. Just some high-density lasers. They're very, very powerful. It will not hurt me a bit. Uh-oh, we have a problem. It appears that some of you have not showered in like a week. Gross!
And sit down in the transformation pod. Don't be afraid.
7:35.
I don't know. They should be kind of afraid.
You know, heck, they're in a top secret villain's lair. Things happen.
I don't know where the
If
bag
you don't want to
goes.
move around
On the
during
floor.
training.
We are off of our second ride, Minions. Pre-shows in that one are really long. Aaron did note that while we were riding the ride, he was like, man, without being able to use our phones and stuff on the ride, it's gonna be real hard to tweet, because at Disney, it's when we spend a lot of our time tweeting. What's going on? I'm trying to figure out what else is open.
Transformers The Ride 3D is coming soon.
Coming soon on video and DVD.
Rip Ride is still delayed. Simpsons doesn't open till 9.
Okay. Is there anything else open currently?
No, nothing else.
Nothing else currently is open. So we've done everything that we can possibly do right now for the next 20 minutes. But it's going to be a bit tough tweeting on rides because at Disney, most of the time that we used to tweet was when we were on the rides. And that's not going to be the case here. So we're going to have to try to figure out when we're going to do that. We're doing this practice because we're trying to figure out how to fit in all the different things that we do during the normal Parkeology Challenge at Disney here. So we're trying to adapt it, and it's complex and it's different, but we're still having fun and we're still trying to figure out how we're going to do this. But 2 rides down so far, and we got some time until the next stuff opens. Hopefully Rip Ride is open soon.
9:15. It just posted on the app that it's opening at 9:15.
9:15 is when Rip Ride's opening? Interesting.
Yeah, so I'm going over to Mummy.
Sounds good. We'll head over to Mummy. We also need to figure out how the rope drop, essentially, of the Hogwarts Express is going to work, because the line for that ride gets so long throughout the day, so we figure we need to hit it as soon as it opens to get over there. Plus, Islands of Adventure today opens at 9, which is in about an hour from now, and we want to be able to rope drop rides over there, so we got to take the train over. We'll knock that ride out, and we'll be able to get over there. Problem is we don't know when exactly the first train leaves, so we kind of want to stay in this general area over by the train on this half of the park so that we can run over there and figure it out really quick. It's tough. We decided to head over to Fast and Furious because it is a slower loading attraction. It is currently open. The attraction started posting wait times around like 7:50 or so. So Transformers, Mummy, Jimmy Fallon, and Fast and Furious all started posting wait times. We decided to come over here as opposed to Mummy, which is where we were originally heading, because this is a slower loading ride, and the wait usually gets really absurdly long when they don't have virtual queue, which is weird, because I think most people have the same opinion about this attraction. It's an interesting one. But yeah, so we're just gonna take care of this one and see what we can do.
I've never seen this queue. This is the first time I've seen the queue.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You've never waited in the standby line before.
Every single ride of this line.
I've only ridden this ride one time.
2 times I've run.
Yeah.
I've never been through the queue, so I thought that was a pre-show.
It was a pre-show, man. So because we're the only ones in line right now, which we're surprised about, we thought that there would be at least some people here, they had to skip the pre-show, which saves us some time, and that's really good to know. Also, in the time that we spent waiting for the rest of the attractions to open, we did go over to the Hogwarts Express team members and ask them what time the first train leaves. And they said around 9. However, the catch here is they said you can get in line whenever you want to. Like as early as possible, like now. People could be in line now for Islands of Adventure, which is a little scary because we need that to have no wait when we get there so we can make it over to the other park and rope drop some of those attractions when the park officially opens. So that's gonna be a really tough part of our run, I think. That portion right there, getting on the train, going to Islands of Adventure. We're gonna see what we can do. That's why we're here. We're gonna practice it this morning. Booking a virtual line for Jimmy Fallon, 8:05 to 8:35. That's amazing. That's in like literally 5 minutes. We could get off of this and go do it. Although service in this building's a little iffy. Hopefully it will actually save. All aboard the party bus.
Our driver looks really awake.
Thank you. 8:01 a.m. All right. Ready? Hello, driver. We are off of our 3rd ride, Fast and Furious. What a ride. Okay. It's 8:08 a.m. We do have a virtual queue pass for Jimmy Fallon, which is good now, and for the next half an hour. However, we think it would be more beneficial for us to hit Transformers first because that line can also get very, very long, and hopefully we'll be able to get through it really quickly right now since it's still pretty close to park open.
5-minute wait.
5-minute wait.
Mummy is 20.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna do Transformers, then Jimmy Fallon. Gringotts is 30? Okay. So Mummy did get kind of long. Hopefully they're overposting in anticipation for the crowds that are about to come. But man, I forgot. I haven't been on Fast and Furious in a while. Like, I've only been on it one time. I'm just riding this ride and I'm like, what is going on? Literally, what's going on? Anyway, so as you guys know, Star Tours is my tough ride at Disney. Here it's Transformers, and I don't know why, because I absolutely love Spider-Man, and it's a very similar ride, but we just gotta get through it for the challenge, and then we're doing Jimmy Fallon, and then maybe with any remaining time, I don't know how long these will take, hopefully not that long, but hopefully we can do Mummy before we then take the train over to Islands of Adventure. We'll see. We're just trying to pound out as much of this park as we can before we park up. Interesting to note, we do have a single rider line here at Transformers. That might be beneficial for us in the middle of the day. That's good for us to make a note of in case we aren't able to do this in the morning on the day of our actual challenge. Ooh.
All right, recruits. Let's fall in and review. That means you too, soldier. You with it.
So I had to hack my way under this frequency.
This better be sure we
Come on, what is it not? Please. Okay.
This is another ride I've actually done one time before in my life. I forgot about that. I've only done this once.
You've also never done Simpsons.
That's true.
And,
I've never done Simpsons, and I've never done Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey.
Hold on to the
I like how we're talking about this in a very loud tune.
Yeah, it's so loud in here. 8:19 a.m. We are off of Transformers. That was a pretty quick one, which is beneficial for us. I've also, second time on the ride, I was able to keep my eyes open the whole time. It wasn't as bad as I remembered it, but definitely like a violent one. The thing I don't like about that ride, I think, is Spider-Man has more like real life show props and show scenes, whereas this is basically like all screens. You watch a screen, and then you like kind of turn around through a tunnel, and then you're at another screen, and then you kind of turn around and go by like some concrete, and then you're at another screen, and I'm like, oh, okay. But anyway, it is still within our window for us to do our virtual queue for Jimmy Fallon. Basically, this morning has been simulator after simulator after simulator, but it's fine. I'm still doing pretty good, still holding up. So let's take care of Jimmy Fallon and then see what time we got left. Thank you. Oh, was that Kevin Hart riding Rip Ride? I love this video.
Lock me in, man. No, push it further.
But before we start, I have to tell you about some very important safety precautions. But I don't want to talk about them. That's boring. I want to rap about them. Do you know what I'm saying, Terry?
Yeah, Jimmy, I think you're saying you want me to rap the race through New York safety precautions.
That's right, Roots. Give me a beat.
If you're pregnant or your blood pressure's abnormal, I'm sorry, this simply isn't a suitable ride for you. No videos, photos, recording, or going social is allowed. Information complete.
Oh, that is how you do it, Tariq and the Roots, everybody.
Woo!
I need cue cards to the floor, please. Cue cards to the floor.
Oh, I thought that was a real person saying that. I was like, what are cue cards?
Down your row and store any loose articles securely beneath your seat. Once seated, please make sure your lap is free of any obstructions before buckling your seatbelt, which fastens.
Here we go. 8:32. We are off of our fifth ride. Yeah, fifth ride. And we're looking at the wait times. Some weird stuff's happening. It's not quite time for Islands of Adventure to open, but they've already got the Soups Trolley posting a wait time, which is interesting. Oh, maybe it's a glitch. I don't know. Mummy's 20. Men in Black is 5. I don't remember anything else you said.
Fast is 10 still. Men in Black is 5. Mummy is 20. Simpsons is 10. Gringotts is 30. Jimmy Fallon was 5. Shrek is 10. Man's Hope is still 5.
All right, cool. And then Kang and Kodos is still not open, right?
Still not open.
Okay, cool. We're gonna figure out where we're gonna go. We might have time to squeeze in one more ride before the train, but we're heading towards that way anyway, so if we go past it, maybe we'll see kind of what the line looks like if there are already people waiting in line. We'll keep you updated. Looks like there's already a small line of people just getting ready to get in or waiting to get in. I'm not quite sure what's happening, but there are definitely people waiting.
Welcome, my dear. Welcome, my dear. Safe travels.
Thank you. Oh God, I shouldn't. So our thought process is, while we definitely probably, while we likely could have squeezed in another attraction at this park, we figured it was important for us today on this practice day to figure out how the train system works. So we decided to get in line for the train, where there is already quite a significant amount of people here. And the first train does not leave until 9. Our bet is going to be, like, after we figure this out, is it better for us to stop riding rides at Universal early to get in line for the train? Or is it better for us to continue riding rides at Universal and hope that we get on an early train right off the bat? So that's going to be tough, but that's why we chose to get in line here, even though we probably could have ridden something else with a short wait. There are 8 rides left in Universal, excluding this one, because we're in line for this one. So when we park hop back via the train, we'll only have to worry about a few select rides. We also have to worry about the fact that this ride has Express, and there's a lot of people in the Express line. Honestly, it'd be worth it, Aaron was just saying, to purchase Express just for this ride, for the challenge day anyway. Hello.
Hello, welcome. You'll be taking comment D for dummy, the Frio.
D for dummy.
It was a very hectic couple of minutes there, but it is currently 9:09, which is amazing, and we are in line for Hagrid's. We got off of the Hogwarts Express at 9:03, which was perfect. Makes me kind of think that we might be better off in our actual challenge cutting it off early, like we did about 20 minutes or so early, so that we can make sure we're on the train to get over here, because we just barely made it over here, and there were floods of people from the entrance heading to Hagrid's. The line was already starting to wrap down towards Lost Continent. Thing that was interesting though was they had not yet formed a line for bag checks, so Aaron was able to get in the line for the ride, and I kind of was like, what's going on? And saw that people were just going to the lockers and putting their stuff in and then joining with the rest of their party. So that's what I did. So now we're in line. It said it was a 15-minute wait. Velocicoaster also says it has a 15-minute wait, which is good. Hopefully this just keeps moving, because there were a lot of people piling in here. This rope drop's going to be very challenging, because the Hogwarts Express coming to this park is the tough one. It has a 30-minute wait currently, which is one of the highest waits at Universal Studios at the moment. The train going back to Universal has a 10-minute wait. It's probably because the park just opened, but we'll monitor those wait times as we go. It is a shorter wait going that way though. And it typically is, from our past experiences. Because I don't want to have another snafu like I did at Gringotts, I'm not going to be able to film us getting on the ride, because I just want to make sure that my GoPro is stored completely in my pocket, which I have pretty deep pockets today. So I'm going to make sure it's stored completely away. I'm not going to mess with it while we're boarding, so that I don't have to get off the ride again and put my GoPro away. So 15-minute wait, hopefully. It's 9:33. We just got off of Hagrid's, and it now has a 75-minute wait instead of a 15-minute wait. And it was pretty accurate for us. We waited, I think, probably like about 18 or so, which is pretty good. But oh my gosh, it's only half an hour into the park open, and it's already a 75-minute wait. So we have to either be here immediately at 9, like we just so happened to be. Like, we got real lucky getting off the train at... Thanks. We got really lucky getting off the train like right at 9, so that we could immediately get in line, because now all kinds of people swarmed over here and really backed the line up. So Velocicoaster's a 35-minute wait, which isn't too bad, but we gotta make sure we either open this or do everything else first and make this our last ride, because doing it during the day is not really gonna be an option here. We are heading to Flight of the Hippogriffs, 5-minute wait, and not to Velocicoaster immediately. The reason for that is Velocicoaster is already pretty high. If need be, we could close that. You know, if this was our challenge day and we had done Hagrid's, we could close Velocicoaster. We just gotta pick one big ride to close, and as long as we're in line by the end of the day, at the very worst, we're doing it. But the reason we're doing this is because I have seen this line get up to like 40 minutes, which is a crazy long line for like a Barnstormer type ride. So since we're here and it's a 5-minute wait, as we were on our way to Velocicoaster, we're like, let's just take care of it. It'll be a quick one. So that's what we're doing.
Hi, sir, that GoPro has to go away.
Oh, thank you. It is 9:42. We are off of Flight of the Hippogriff. Very easy, very quick one. We are not going to do Forbidden Journey because I've never done it, and also because we could probably do it at literally any time. It's got a 10-minute wait right now, and it's usually pretty efficient at loading. It's usually pretty short throughout the day. Plus, it's got a single rider line that we could absolutely take advantage of. That's one of the rides that has a pretty efficient single rider line, right?
Yeah. Everything's efficient.
So I've never done it, but everything's efficient about that ride, yeah. We are now heading in the direction of Velocicoaster. It's probably even longer than it was when we last checked, but we'll see what happens. If we need to not do it at the moment, we won't, and we'll go to some of the less busy rides. Aaron's got the wait times up.
Scroll past all of the water slides.
At Volcano Bay. It's a 45-minute wait. I can see the sign. We doing it?
Yeah, let's do it to see, again, like how quick it actually is.
All right. I mean, this is a test day, so.
It's a test day.
See what we're doing.
Everything else is still really short.
Cool. All right, here we go. It says the single rider line is currently at capacity, but there's nobody that I can see standing in it. Oh no, we've got some people, so that makes sense. This is one of the rides where the single rider line is not efficient. This attraction I've ridden several times, and I have been able to pick someone out in the single rider line and observe them side by side me as we're going through standby, and we boarded the ride at like the same time. So it literally does not cut down your wait time at all for this ride, whether or not you do single rider or standby. So for this one, we'll probably have to stand by. Still maybe have to close it. So we'll see how long this actually takes. Hulk right on the other side of the water there currently has a 5-minute wait. So we're testing this one because, I mean, we might as well do the longer stuff on our practice day than on the actual day. So if we have to close this one and go to that one instead with a shorter wait, we will. The High in the Sky trolley over there is going to be another tough one because that wait time can get really long. That's a slow moving ride over there.
Currently everything in Seuss Landing is 5 minutes and everything in Marvel Superhero Island is 5 minutes.
Wow. So I mean,
everything in this park is basically 5 minutes except for this ride and Hagrid's.
So we're taking care of like the high wait time ones first. I don't believe Popeye's right over there off to our left is open till 10, which is like in about 10 minutes. So that's one that we're going to have to figure out too. I've only been on that ride one time and you've never done it. You get soaked on that ride, so like we gotta dress accordingly for our challenge.
I prefer to have it at the very end.
Yeah, because we're gonna get like there's no dry part of you coming off that ride, so that will be strategic. We gotta find places for our phones and our like GoPros and stuff.
At least we can take a picture at the end of the ride.
Yeah. Right, because it's not like Kali River Rapids where we say, oh, we're gonna get wet, and then we get a little wet and we're like, ah, we're wet. No, you get drenched like head to foot on that ride. So yeah, something to look forward to. Unfortunately, I'm on my own at the moment. Aaron realized he left his wallet either at Hagrid's or Flight of the Hippogriff, so he had to dip out. But I'm gonna still finish the ride. He's getting his wallet, and then we'll meet up after that.
Sure. You won't be returning to these rooms.
See you later. 10:25. I just got off the Velocicoaster. Aaron has been reunited with his wallet, so that's good. It was at Hagrid's.
It was at Hagrid's.
Yeah, so all is good in the world again. It was about a 40-minute wait, so it was pretty accurate. I did get on a bit quicker than the wait time said, which is good. We always like quicker. But now, what are wait times looking like? Because I have no clue.
I will check in a second. So while you were on the ride, I got back and I stopped to talk to the photo people because there are some rides that we're not able to take our cameras with. So here's an idea that I'm proposing to you now live.
Live, nice. Let's do it.
So they said for about $20 you can pay for each picture.
Okay.
Otherwise, you can pay for it's like around $100, and you get the entire day's worth of pictures digitally emailed to you.
Okay. So it's 20 per picture?
About 20 per picture.
It's kind of steep, but...
It is kind of steep, but it sounded like if you buy the day package, which gets you all your pictures for the day sent to you, which would include, I'm guessing, the ride-through pictures as well as like their photo pass.
Probably, yeah.
You get all of that digitally emailed to you that day is what he said.
Okay.
Plus you get like a free printout of a picture.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So that might be something we could think about. Otherwise, I've now pitched their photo service.
Fair enough. Nice. Yeah, we'll have to see because, I mean, for Hagrid, Hagrid, Velocicoaster, Rip Ride. Actually, no, we got Hagrid. So it's really Rip Ride, Hulk, and Velocicoaster. are the ones we won't be able to get the photo for because we have to go through metal detection. So we'll have to figure it out, but that is an option. At least there's an option.
Yeah, you can also pay individually for digital versions of the pictures.
Right. All right, we're in Seuss Landing. We're gonna do Seuss Trolley. It's a 5-minute wait right now, which is good. Cat in the Hat is currently down. Flight of the Hippogriff is now a 25-minute wait, so I'm glad we did that. Most of the stuff here in Seuss Landing is a 5-minute wait aside from Cat in the Hat. Kang and Kodos over at the other park just opened pretty recently, and it is a 5-minute wait.
Spider-Man is 15, Kong is 10, Shrek is 10.
Okay.
Gods is 15. Hulk is 25.
Still not bad.
We should maybe consider doing Hulk and then hitting Velocicoaster last.
We could do that.
We're hitting Velocicoaster and then hitting Hulk last. But honestly, I think if we did Velocicoaster later and hit all the Seuss stuff and then got to Hulk, we'd be sitting pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I think, because Velocicoaster took a while, and Hulk has been a 5-minute wait this whole time. So
it's just now 25.
For what, Hulk?
For Hulk.
Okay.
And Rip Ride Rockets is open, and it is 5 minutes.
That won't last long because they had a very delayed opening, but hopefully it won't be that way on the challenge day. It's 10:38. We are off of the Seuss Trolley. Very quick on and off, very nice. We're gonna head over to One Fish, Two Fish since it's right here. Also has a 5-minute wait. Basically at this point, we're just seeing how much we can do. I mean, we've already made a plan ahead of time to stop at noon. So wherever we are, that's where we're ending our practice challenge. This was mainly just for the opening, park drops and transportation and all kinds of learning stuff there. But we've gotten like a ton done this morning and we still have like an hour and a half until then. So we're basically just seeing how much we can do. So One Fish, Two Fish is where we're going. The Carousel is currently being refurbished. So we'll be down a ride today for sure. We're not doing everything today, but we'll see when it reopens. 5-minute wait. Ah, I am the Two Fish.
Stay in your seat and enjoy your fish flight.
You need to remember to bring pants with pockets.
Yeah.
And
not lose your wallet.
So I'm done taking selfies. I feel like I can figure out how to take selfies on the ride.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, I don't think we can film on this ride either, so I'm gonna put the camera away and just play it safe for now. So we'll see you guys after.
Say it on the sign.
It doesn't, but I'm not going by that. We know how that goes. No, I just really don't know which rides you can and cannot film on. To avoid serious injury, remain seated at all times, keeping hands and feet inside the vehicle, supervise children. When we checked the sign for the ET, it didn't say anything about cameras. It's 10:50. Cat in the Hat is still down. We are heading to Marvel Superhero Island because we've gotten everything done in Seuss that we can do right now. We would have to come back to Cat in the Hat later if, you know, we were trying.
Cool. Minions is 45.
Wow. Minions is 45, Velocicoaster was 55, Hagrid's is still 75, but Hulk is 25, so still not as bad as the other coasters, and Doctor Doom is 5. What are the water rides looking like?
They're all 5.
All 5, amazing. We've been pounding out a lot of these like inner rides very quickly, the ones that aren't super popular, but the issues are gonna be the Hogwarts Express, Hagrid, and Velocicoaster.
Currently the Hogwarts Express is looking good. It's 10 minutes to come over here, or no, it's 10 minutes to go over there, and 15 to come over here.
15 is not bad, because it was 30 earlier, but it's tough because we want to take advantage of the rope drop in both parks, and it would be easier to just...
We still got really lucky.
We did, we got very lucky, which is why I'm afraid that we won't be able to replicate it. I don't know, we'll have some chatting to do after this day.
Some Doctor Doom, and maybe receive it at any time.
It's 11 a.m. Oh yeah, we probably could put our stuff over on that one. See you later. 11:03 and our fear has been used to power the fusion dynamo. Yeah. Alright. Okay. 11:17, we're on our way over to Toon Lagoon. We have not had to run at all this day. We've gotten a ton of rides done. At this point, we're kind of just enjoying ourselves, taking it a little slow, honestly. We've gotten a lot done. If we were actually trying for the challenge, we might be doing just a time trial, because I don't really think it's a question of whether or not we can complete this challenge. I think it's more of a, how quick can we do it? We haven't been running, but I think if we were, we'd have gotten a lot more done. But we're just gonna keep doing rides until about noon, and then we're heading out of here.
This is Charlie's 10, Cat in the Hat's reopened, and it's 5.
Nice.
1 fish, 2 fish is 15.
Ooh.
The hug speed station is still at 10 minutes. Planet Hippogriff is 25. Mini Mayhem is still 45. All the water rides in the park are 5 minutes.
That's
Jurassic
nice.
Park's actually 10. Dudley is 10. But not all the rides, only not less.
It's kind of nice though, because it's a hot day. I mean,
Long is 10. Bullet
really
is
not
25.
bad.
Velocicoaster is 55. Rip Ride is 60. Forbidden Journey is 20. Hagrid has gone down to 40.
Okay, it's really not bad considering this is a Sunday. It is in September, which is, you know, the slow season, but still, not too bad. It's 11:22, getting in line for Dudley Do Right. We love this ride. And it said it was a 10-minute wait, so we'll see how long it actually takes. Oh, I never know how to get into this ride. Nice, made it. It's 11:44. We got a little splooshed. Felt good though. It's kind of warm. I believe that was ride 15, if I did my math correctly, which I don't often do, but you know, it's fine.
9 rides down.
Quick math. 9 rides down. Quick math. 39 to go. I think that was right. 38, I'm bad at math. I think our plan now is to kind of just be done with our practice. We got some pretty good answers to some of our questions. We also got some very much needed practice. And I mean, we found out that it's kind of easy to do some of these rides. I mean, we haven't run at all today. So it's been an interesting day. We learned a lot, but I think what we're gonna do now is head back over to Universal so that I can do Simpsons for the very first time, so that I don't have to deal with that on a day where we actually are doing this challenge. And then the only one I will have not yet completed is Forbidden Journey.
Storm Force Acceleron.
Oh yeah, I've never been on Storm Force Acceleron either, but that's not a simulator, so I'm not as worried about it. I just don't know how violently it spins, but probably not that violently. You've never done it either, right?
No.
Nice, first for both of us.
Acceleron Virgins.
And now, a mediocre transition. All right, so we rode Simpsons, which I didn't film any of because I was stressed, and also because I knew we couldn't film on the ride anyway. Simpsons is not my favorite. It was doable, but it was not my favorite. The motion was a bit much for me, coupled with like the way the camera was like flipping in some portions, and the boat ride scenes really messed with my brain because I didn't like the motion of our car like doing the wave type thing. Didn't like that. But we made it, we survived, and I got through it, and it's one that I will be able to just get through for the challenge. But anyway, so we were able to do 14 rides today in a little under 5 hours, which is really impressive. I went back to our previous Parkeology challenges in Disney World, and at the same time we were finishing our 14th ride here today. Now granted, park hours were a little different, but same time we were finishing our 14th ride today, we were finishing our 8th ride at Disney in both the 3rd and the 4th attempts. So it seems like Universal, their waits are much shorter and it's much easier to get stuff done, at least in this one data point that we have, which was today. But it will be interesting, because if we were more prepared with figuring out when to take pictures and how to tweet and stuff like that, if we were more prepared to do the challenge today, we honestly probably could have just kept going. I mean, we didn't run at all today and we got halfway through the challenge. There are 31 rides in Universal Orlando. We are adapting the Parkeology challenge for our own purposes for this. There is no official challenge. We're kind of creating that on our own, but we are excluding Pterodon flyers because not only is there a minimum height requirement, but there's also a maximum height requirement. So the only way that you can ride all of the rides in Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure is to be between 54 and 56 inches tall, because the tallest height requirement is Hulk at 54 inches, and then the maximum height requirement for Pterodon Flyers is 56 inches. So you have a very, very small window if you're trying to ride everything with Pterodon Flyers. So we've excluded it because obviously we aren't able to ride it unless we have a small child with us, and we don't. So we are excluding Pterodon Flyers, but we are including everything that is listed as an attraction or a ride on Universal's website, which is how Parkeology created the challenge for Walt Disney World and Disneyland. Universal's website includes the rides you would think of. The one weird one it includes as an attraction is Shrek 4D, which some people might think of as a show, some people might think of as an attraction, but it is considered an attraction in Universal's eyes, so we are counting it for our version of this challenge. We're trying to keep the rules the same. Take a photo on the ride, tweet it out with various hashtags like hashtag UOR31 and hashtag Parkeology Challenge as well if you want to do that. I mean, you don't have to tag Parkeology in this because they're not going to manage this, but you can if you want to. Do you have anything that I'm missing?
Hogwarts Express.
Yes, thank you. That was the thing I was missing. Also on Universal's website, Hogwarts Express is considered as 2 different attractions because you've got different versions of the ride. The on-ride footage is different as you're traveling to and from Hogsmeade. So you do have to ride each iteration of the ride, traveling both from Islands to Universal and from Universal to Islands. Makes it a little tricky because that mode of transportation is not the most efficient, and the lines can get pretty long, especially for the one going from Universal to Islands of Adventure, the one we tested today, but we will find a way to do it. As you can see, I mean, we were breezing through this challenge, so there are going to be some of those things that will make it a bit tougher. Like I said earlier, I feel like we won't have a problem completing this, so the challenge is probably going to be for us, how quick can we do it? And then if we find out that it's easy, we'll come back and we'll do it again, and we'll include like the shows and stuff. Like, we'll make it harder for ourselves if we find it's too easy when we actually do this. But we got a good thing going for us so far, and it was a lot of fun today. We got a ton done. We didn't even have to run, which is so nice. It was just the really heavy backpack with all our food and water in it. But yeah, how do you feel?
I feel good. We're gonna easily be able to handle this, I think.
I think so. I'm looking forward to doing a challenge somewhere that's not Disney, just for a change. We will be going back to the Disney 47 at some point. I hope you enjoyed this practice version of this challenge. I'm looking forward to doing our actual run. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope your day was just as great as mine was. Hang loose, everyone. Follow us on Twitter at The Splash Guys. That's where we do all of our 47 runs. And hang loose. I'll see you in the next one.